Hey folks, Gail from Seattle Coffee Gear, and today I wanted to talk just a little bit and play around with an Aeropress and change some of the variables. And what we're looking for is to figure out and talk a little bit about what variables actually change the outcome of the cup. The way you're brewing it, number one, whether it be a dark roast or a light roast, the grind of the coffee, the temperature, how old is the coffee, all of those change. So I would think we're using a lighter roast here today. This is the Counterculture Kabiwa, and it is from Uganda. Dried berries, grape, and chocolate are the nuances. My thought is on a lighter roast, you might have to have it ground a little finer and have the temperature a little bit hotter to pull it out. But that's what we're going to see. What we're going to do as a variable, the grind is the same. What we're doing, the ratios are the same, 200 grams of water to 16 grams of coffee ground. We're changing the temperature of the water. This one's going to be at 203, and this one from that kettle back there, and they're not on the same, they're not both up here because we popped the circuit, is going to be at 198. That's the one variable we're going to change today. We're not going to get into too many variables because if we change the grind and we do all this other stuff, you'd have to have a spreadsheet to keep track of the outcome, and just write it down and change little things, little nuances. Change the grams, change the temperature, change the grind, change the age of the coffee, all of those things. So I think it best that we just, one thing, one variable, right? Let's get going with this. I'm going to do a slight bloom on these like you would want to do. All right. I'm sure all you pour-over people have played around with this in the past and know exactly what I'm talking about. Because that's, with pour-over, you really notice this kind of stuff more than you do with some other brewing methods. Although, you can pick up on it with drip as well. Especially in espresso. Everything changes. I like the Aeropress for traveling. All you need is some ground coffee, filters, and the Aeropress, and all you need when you get there is hot water. Most places you can get hot water. Even out camping. All right. See what we got going on here. 203, 198. Nice. Ooh. Very different. This one's pulling out more of the fruity flavors. There's no doubt about it. I'm detecting a lot more fruit in this one. Oh yeah. Not quite as much fruit. There it is. Proof is in the tasting. It makes a bit of a difference. Had you just handed me one, I would have said, yeah, good. They're both good. It's just an experiment to see how a few degrees of temperature changes the outcome from the same everything else. So I would say play around with the coffee you have at home. Mess around with the grind, mess around with the temperature, push it to the limits. Take it way down, make it cold. Take it way up, make it hot. Take it to the limit to where it might be bitter. Take it down to the limit where it might be sour because it's too cold. But there is no right or wrong. It's just whatever works for you. That's what you're looking for. There is no perfect. People ask me, well, what's the perfect grind? What's the perfect temperature? This is a science project. It's very subjective. It's whatever works for you is what's perfect for you. So mess around. Let me know. Let me know the outcome with your coffee.